Today we're checking out the Gen 4 PXG Driver. Bum bum ba-dum bum 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 bum. I can't even afford royalty-free music. I never said this channel was any good. Hey, I just picked up this PXG Driver. Haven't even unboxed it yet, despite the fact that it looks like the box was delivered by Ace Ventura. Pet detective. But I'm super excited about it, so I thought I would show it to you right away, and then let's leave and go on the golf course and try it out. So this is the new PXG Gen 4 driver. This is the 0811X. So there's an XT, which is a smaller head meant for the professionals, which no one here at the Panda Research Institute is. And then there's another version, the XF, the Extreme Forgiveness model, which is normally what I would get, but this X model has something that the XF doesn't have, and so that's why I went with this. It also has something that my old driver doesn't have. So if I just grab my old driver here, this one is really old. This is at least 6 months old here. This is the PXG 0811X prototype, and I've actually really loved it. And why I got this is that it has 4-port weighting system, and so I could really dial this sucker in. It's slightly draw biased with much of the weight in the back of the head because I use a shortened shaft here. I actually like weighting up the head a little bit just to give me a little bit of that feel back, give me a little closer to that stock swing weight feel, and I really love this. But this club has a couple of shortcomings that I think this club may actually fix. So before I unbox this, I'm gonna just tell you basically there are a couple big differences. This prototype driver is fantastic, and I think the other driver right here is probably pretty similar, but it loses this toe weight right here. Now that's actually kind of important because you can see I hit my tee with the club face open a little bit there, really going at it. But one of the issues here that they said is that it adds a little bit of harshness and that most people aren't using the toe weight. I think something like 60, 70, 80% of golfers basically need some draw bias, and so yes, you're going to use this more. Now to actually put this weight in here, and the stock weight is 2.5 grams, means that you have to have some sort of threaded opening right there. So you not only have the 2.5 gram weight, but you have probably several grams here. So you've got 5 extra grams of weight on the toe that you probably don't need for most people. So what they've done here is they basically simplified it to these 3 weights. There's a little bit of difference there, and I'm actually really curious. We're going to find out what weights they put in there out of the gate, because I actually don't know. I do have a weight kit because I'm obviously going to try to dial this in. I think most of the construction is pretty similar. You're going to see some pretty vast differences here on the crown, but the carbon fiber crown, the titanium face here. But what I really love about this too is that I can actually swap in and out the shafts right away. So what we're going to do here is a head-to-head comparison to see if this one helps me out. Now I will tell you this is the 9, so this goes down to 9 degrees, but I will also tell you I have this lofted down as low as possible, so it's actually negative 1.5 degrees, so it's basically a 7.5 degree driver. And you would think, man, with my slow swing speed, about 81, 82 miles an hour, that would be way too low. But I think the issue here is that I use the autoflex shaft, which tends to be very whippy. And what it does is it really launches the ball high. And one of the reasons here is that because most of my weight is here in the back, what I think that does is it moves the center of gravity to the back here. So instead of the center of gravity being right here, it's right here, which means that the club is a little more dynamically lofted at impact. And even with my low swing speed, and what I would normally want is a decently high launch angle, I am much higher than what I want to be. My average launch angle on this is 18.7 degrees, and I think really at about 82, 83 miles an hour, it should be a little bit more between 14 and 16. And so I'm losing just a little bit of distance. It's probably not a lot, and I can't expect to bomb them off the tee like some young guys that slam creatine, but I got to make the most of what I got. So what I wanted to do is actually reduce that launch angle. Now the only way for me to do it here really is to start biasing more weight to the front. Now I have tried that, I've played around with the weights, and the problem is the dispersion opens up. It's just much harder to hit. So that's why most guys like the weight in the back, increase the MOI, increase the forgiveness, but that increases that launch angle. So I've always kind of struggled with this a little bit to try to figure out how to close that face up, how to reduce that dynamic loft. And when I saw that PXG was offering a new driver, I thought, well, I wonder if they offered in a lower loft, and boom, enter the 0811X Gen 4, which is offered now in a 7.5 degree loft, which is awesome because that matches what I've got, but it also allows me to loft down another 1.5 degrees down to 6 degrees. And that should, by the math at least, help me go from an 18.7 degree launch down to maybe a 16 degree launch, which would be just about perfect. All right, open this sucker up. Look at that, beautiful. You can custom order it based on your own spec, so you can order it and upgrade the shaft to get a specific grip that you like, but obviously it's pretty sweet here. All right, so obviously we have the club right here. I have the adjustment tool right here too, so you get a free one of those. And then down here we get the little booklet with all your specs and the PXG info. And here is the club itself. Because I customized the grip, I just went with the standard PXG grip here. It's just a rubber standard size grip. This one came with the Even Flow Riptide. This is a 5.5R 50 gram shaft. I really want to test this against my Autoflex, and I will also tell you, spoiler alert, upcoming video, I ordered the Mitsubishi Grand Basara 29 gram shaft. So we're going to try that one out too eventually and see if that can help me. This club head cover is brand new too. Dude, I think this is real leather now. The last one was like a synthetic and it looked great, but I think this is back to the real leather. We've got that morale patch type of rubber on top there that says PXG. This is now in like a silver nylon, and that actually is supposed to be reminiscent of the head. I can tell you that right now because it's got that same shape for this new aluminum vapor type of finish that they put on there. One right there, if I flip it over, looks like we have the little token, the little chip from PXG, and what this does is basically, I think there's a magnet right inside here, so when you take the club head cover off, you can stick it right to your golf cart, which is pretty cool. I've never actually done that. I've always used a little bag, but pretty cool. Even the club head covers make me feel important. Oh, thank you, PXG. So here's the club itself. Let's get to it. First of all, I want to show you the top of this club because this is what this club head cover is reminiscent of, right? And this looks very much like the prototype here, but obviously this little raised area right there is now in silver, and I would call that a silver. It's really nice looking. Man, I'll roll in some footage close up of this because you can almost see the weave. I mean, it feels smooth to the touch, but I can see the weave in that carbon fiber, so it's almost like naked carbon fiber. Now what they do here is what they call AV, and it says it right here on the toe, AV carbon fiber, and that is aluminum vapor. Now, I am slightly familiar with probably what this process looks like because in watches they have used like vapor distillation processes to plate watches for a very long time. You can actually do it with like a diamond-like coating. And so what they do is that they rain basically a fog of aluminum, I think, down on the carbon fiber. And what that does is it embeds it in there. It basically doesn't add any weight, but it strengthens it up a little bit. It kind of reminds me, I think it's the Pagani Huayra that has a carbon fiber chassis, but they also weave little strands of titanium into the carbon fiber as well, just to give it a little bit more strength. Now, I don't know that that's noticeable. It's probably going to help a little bit. I think you want more strength right here. I'm actually thinking of like the Tour Edge Ridgeback that has a titanium brace right in the middle, and then you want more springiness on the outside so that basically if you hit off center you get the same amount of launch, right? That's kind of the forgiveness piece that, you know, if you're going to get X amount of distance from the front, you want X amount of distance off the center, but since you're going to lose velocity and stuff, you want it to be a little more springy, so you actually reduce the springiness in the center, and this will help you do that. So I think it's more than just looks and aesthetics. It's actually very practical. Now I will say that it's supposed to be an alignment aid too. They wanted something that looked awesome but also was helpful to the player, so between strengthening this up and then also giving you a little bit of an alignment aid, I don't know that that's going to help me that much, but it certainly will kind of give me something bigger to notice if I'm a little bit open or closed. That's pretty cool. Now it just looks pretty cool. Even on the boards when they were showing pictures of this, I read one guy said like, oh, that's like a Panda club, which basically makes it a requirement for me to buy because there's never been a Panda club ever, and there never will be again. But pretty cool. This little accent line up there I think is new. Down here as well, the little X right there is pretty similar. The hosel is just the same. Now if I flip it over here, this is where it says 7.5, and that's what's most important to me right now, is to see if I can get that launch angle down to 14, 15 degrees so that I can get 3, 4, 5 more yards out of my shots than I'm getting right now. Now if you look up here, again, that weight right up here is missing. There are some subtle differences here. This lower piece is wider in the front and narrower in the back. So if I just show you the original one here, you can see that it's narrower in the front. So it's a little bit of a change, but it's very, very similar. So obviously there's a lot of the prototype driver in here. It also uses these larger weights that carry over to the putters. Now, I actually don't know a couple things. One, how much lighter this head is over the other one. So we're gonna measure that and compare them. The other thing I don't know is what weights they actually put in here. They actually advertised it with the old one. They were 2.5 gram weights and then one 15 gram weight. So I'm gonna pull these out right now and figure out what weights are in there. And then we're gonna compare the two heads, because if you're looking for more swing speed, maybe you like a lighter head, maybe you wanna add more weight down low to lower that center of gravity, this might actually be the head for you, especially with them losing this toe weight right there. I think this might do it. So I am gonna pull out the heel weight here first. And this looks empty, so that is a 2.5 gram weight as far as I can tell. Now I'm gonna pull out the front weight here, the face weight. And that is actually a 10 gram weight. So that is actually, I think, the heaviest weight. So I think they have front biased this. And now I'm gonna pull out the back weight here. And again, this is an empty weight, so another 2.5 gram weight in the back. So what you get are two 2.5 gram weights and one 10 gram weight, which is different than the Proto. You actually got three 2.5 gram weights and a 15 gram weight. So that's actually going to be, I think, a lot more weight on the prototype than it is on this one. Now, because this is forward here, that's going to make it less forgiving, but it's going to make it lower spin and lower launch, I believe. Now, if I move this to the back here, that's going to make it more forgiving with a higher launch. But because I can actually de-loft it, I think I'm going to really enjoy this. So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to still bias this towards a draw here. So I'm actually going to remove this 2.5 gram weight and put in a 5 gram weight. And I'm actually going to remove this 10.5 gram weight and put in a 7.5 gram weight. That's because I ordered a custom set of PXG weights as well. So I want to keep the whole head weight the same to keep the swing weight the same, but I'm just going to slide basically 2.5 grams down here to the back and then de-loft it. Now, the titanium face that's on here actually might be the exact same thing as the prototype driver. I'm assuming that it might be. They actually advertise right here that it is a TI 412 face, which actually seems pretty similar in types of materials as the Titleist drivers. Now, I will say the Titleist drivers have gotten just a lot of praise for their titanium faces, and I know everyone's kind of using a titanium face, but PXG says that this is their best balance of, you know, basically strength and springiness, so I'm really excited about that. Okay, I also want to know if there are any weight differences between these two heads. Now, this is the 0811X Proto and the 0811X 7.5 here, and basically the thing that I think might be different here is that with fewer ports, this could be a little lighter, and that allows you to increase the weight, especially with this modular port system, and it's going to be a lot easier to add weight than it is to remove weight. And I love the fact that you don't have to hot melt this. It's something that you can do at home, but I just want to see if they are the same weight or if one is lighter than the other. So let's take the original. This is the 9 degree here. I'm just going to throw that on. It looks like this is, you might not be able to see that, but it says 199, so 199 grams, which is actually a little lighter than I think the new Callaway Epic Max LS, all right? So let's go ahead and throw this one on here. I will say that I have both set these back to stock so that they are exactly the way they would come from the factory, and this is 194 grams. So not a huge difference here, but this is 6 grams lighter than this one, and between the two here, I will say that I don't see a lot of difference. I would say that to my eye, at least, the Proto looks maybe just a smidge larger, but that might just be an optical illusion by the way I'm looking at it. Otherwise, from the top, they look almost exactly the same, aside from the flourishes that this one gets and that AV top. But then on the bottom here, again, that's where you can see the slight difference here on the bottom of the case, but otherwise, very, very similar. So, pretty cool. Now we're going to go out to the simulator and the golf course and try the sucker out. Man, a little windy out in these parts, but at the PGA Tour Superstore to borrow their GC Quad simulator with the PXG heads here and see if I can get any improvement. Let's go hit some. All right, I'm back from the PGA Tour store with results. Now, I'm kind of curious, what do you think happened? Can it actually make a difference to just change the loft on the driver a little bit? Now, I will say that what I did is I spent some time with the new club, dialing that in, getting fitted, and I ended up making some adjustments to the weights. Now, it's actually almost the stock weight, so after a bunch of playing around, I will tell you that basically I took the front weight and it ended up going into the back, and then I actually experimented with weighting up the heel here to a 5 gram weight, but it just pulled too much. And what I realized is that when you put a 5 gram weight down here in the heel of the old one in the Proto, which I had, it's basically just offsetting a 2.5 gram weight up here. So I'm just biased plus 2.5 grams down here. Right out of the gate, because it doesn't have a toe weight on the new one, you have a bias of 2.5 grams there. So I went back to the 2.5 gram weight here, 2.5 gram weight here, and the 10 gram weight there. You know, I actually tried lightening this up as well as adding a little more weight, and this actually seemed to be the best results for me. So PXG knows what they're doing. Now I have both club heads with me here. This is on a shaft that is totally irrelevant just for demo purposes. But I wanted to tell you that I am exhausted. And I will say here that basically ball speed was almost exactly the same. It was 119 miles an hour for this one and 119.5 miles an hour for the new 0811X. Club head speed for the old one was 79 versus 79.7. So effectively the same thing. And because I was swapping the shaft back and forth between the club heads, that's really the only difference here. So you would expect it to be pretty similar, especially over a large number of swings. Now I will say here, what ended up happening is that there was a difference in launch angle. Both of these still go pretty high to me, and I kept the tee the same for both tests. In the real world, I would probably start lowering the tee a little bit to try to dial in that launch angle, but I didn't want to make the tee height a variable in this experiment. That being said, the launch angle for the Proto was 19.2 degrees, so higher than I would really like. And the launch angle, when obviously this is lofted down from 7.5 to 6, and this is lofted down from 9 to 7.5, the launch angle for this was 17.4 degrees. So I did lose a couple of degrees in launch angle. Now what kind of results does that translate to? So carry for the Proto was 176 yards with a total distance of 195.7. For the new 0811X, carry was 188 with a total distance of 210.7. So basically this, because of the lower loft, went almost 15 yards farther than my old Proto. So the really awesome thing here is that the small difference, the small edge I was looking for based on what we know about launch angles and everything that I could not get out of this old Proto anymore, I did get out of the new club. Now club head speed and ball speed were almost exactly the same. Even dispersion was exactly the same. One thing that I noticed is that the new club, maybe because of the lower loft, also had a little bit less backspin. I was getting almost 400 revs less with this, which also helps. So between lowering the backspin, reducing the launch angle, and kind of optimizing that ball flight, this club hopefully should get me some more yardage. And it's a pretty small difference, man. Both 0811X's, Proto versus the new one, but this one I really love the fact that it is available in a 7.5 degree. So I'm really excited now to get this out in the course and see if in the real world it translates to a better round.
All right, I went out to the golf course, and unlike Rick Shields, I don't have the golf course all to myself. So I went out on a day that was 38 degrees and there was no one else, so I played 4 balls all through the round. And what I found was that the results in the simulator absolutely translated to the course. I hit a couple of my longest drives ever, and so that was nice to be able to see that and to play some areas on some holes that I had never been able to reach before. Now, I think what's happening here is because you bring down that launch angle, you get a lot of benefits. Your descent angle and the rollouts are longer, and so it's just cumulative. And the really nice thing is that, as far as I can tell, that 1.5 degree difference has made a big difference for me. So if you're having trouble figuring out how to get your launch angle down and a 9-degree driver isn't doing it, this PXG with a 7.5 degree option could be a really good option for you, especially considering that it is still a game improvement type of club. Now, I will also say here that this club is not that different from the Proto. So if you have the Proto and it's working well for you, I just don't think that there's much difference. Obviously, the Proto was a kissing cousin of this one, really just losing that toe weight for the most part. So if you are having really good results with it, I would just stick with it. But if you need the different lofts, then this could be a really awesome option. Now, I will also say that the Proto seems to be about $200 cheaper. So if you are looking at the 0811X and you really like it, but you are a little put off by the $600 price tag, I think for under $400 you can get the prototype on their website still. So I'll put links to both in the description below. Peter Von Panda, out.